Good evening, everybody. I'm thankful to the organizers and panel members as well as the audience who are present over here. It's good that my topic is last to discuss about track and trace technology. Yesterday, we got a lot of inputs on supply chain. What are the best practices? Okay. Today, when the question is of implementing track and trace, I'll discuss about which can be the best practices to implement track and trace in an organization. Yes, my presentation will be centric to pharmaceutical industry only. As told by everyone that we are guided in our country by DGFT. Along with that, MOHW has given guidelines to implement barcoding systems on primary, secondary, tertiary. In turn, that is being guided by GS1 and US FDA. This is again deadline slide everyone has shown. And as Mr. Harpal even told that we have very less time. Okay. In couple of years, we'll have to comply with complete serialization. We all export to global markets, wherein our track and trace solution should comply not only to Northern American guidelines, but to Southern American, European guidelines, and rest of the world. So whenever you select a vendor or technology, take care in a way that for each regulatory guidelines, you are not to change your equipments and your softwares. Your software, your technology, which is being implemented for track and trace, has to be globally compatible. We are half the way in secondary. Primary, we are heading ahead. Lastly, we'll have to upload this data on ePedigree, for ePedigree on cloud. Yesterday, Mr. Swaminathan from GS1, he conveyed us that government is setting up a global portal wherein we'll have to upload these serials. And that's not far away. Down the line, 7 to 10 months, we'll have to upload this serialized data onto our government portal. When we talk of track and trace, a lot of discussion has happened right from packaging up to warehousing. Track and trace is nothing but integration and synchronization of different technologies. IT, definitely yes, is going to play the major role. Think of the database we are talking about. We are talking about managing billions and trillions of serialized data. That is one. Secondly, the track and trace software has to communicate with the equipments which are there in packaging area, sorry. Transportation, and as Mr. Singh told from Rockwell, that transportation and automation in transportation, synchronization of transportation will play a very important role. When the question of transportation is there, right from primary, moving primary products, secondary level packaging, and the tertiary level packaging up to warehousing. So we are talking of transportation from primary to warehouse. Printing technology. Various printing technology will have to be synchronized. Because in secondary, we are talking of printing barcode and human readable on cartons. When we talk of primary, we'll be talking of printing on blisters, vial and ampule labels. Then next is inspection. Yes, if gradation of the barcode is not properly identified, grade A, B, C, which are valid, okay, we'll have to face chargebacks, recalls. So camera inspection system will play a very important role. Rejection ratio control has to be in place. Otherwise, we'll end up paying high values on carton losses. and barcode scanners. So these, I'm giving an overview of all the technologies which are involved, and we'll have to synchronize and integrate these all different technologies for track and trace. While selecting a track and trace software, today we are told that we'll have to do parent-child relationship of primary, secondary, and tertiary. But remember one thing, that tomorrow customer will demand to do parent-child even of the intermediary packs. So your track and trace solutions should support n level of packaging, n level of barcoding, even intermediate package barcoding, and primary child relationship at each level. That is one. Secondly, we all are working and heading towards stopping counterfeits, duplication. So mass data encryption is coming in the picture. Whatever serialized data we are generating and we are printing on these cartons has to be encrypted. Neither IT department nor the operator should be able to fetch data from the database. Only printer and cameras should have visibility of that data. So data has to be stored in encrypted format, which is very important. When we are talking of managing such a huge database, mirroring of the database also plays a very important role. Printing, as I told, that the track and trace technology has to be integrated with TIJs, CIJs, thermal transfer, laser printers. And today when the topic is of primary label, labeling machines are going to play a very important role. As you know that as NKP, we are into labeling machines since 2 decades. Printing a 5 mm by 5 mm barcode and using a 1 mm font is really a challenge, and inspecting that. So printing technology, a high-speed labeling machine, high-speed carton coding machine, automatic machine wherein it will place a tertiary label on a box and then transfer that to warehouse. So printing technology is going to play a very important role. Second is inspection. When you talk of inspection, we cannot keep 2 inspection systems while we implement track and trace. So your inspection system should definitely check the gradation of the barcode, OCR values, but over and above the mandatory things, it should be able to check pharma code, artwork code, any additional information which is being printed on the carton or on labels. Because you cannot have 2 systems in place apart from track and trace to inspect other things. Rejection ratio control. Think about the carton losses. If rejection ratio is high, if it is more than 2%, 2.5%, the investment which you are making in track and trace solution, in 1.5 year, the same amount you will waste in cartons. So rejection ratio control is a separate subject, but yes, one will have to take guarantees and warranties from the vendor itself while you implement track and trace. As per GS1, 4 parameters are mandatory right now on pharma products. But while you select a track and trace solution, think in mind that there are 100 such application identifiers. Tomorrow customers will demand from you. Like 11 is base production date, 13 is packaging date, 15 is base before date. So these are application identifiers specified in GS1. Your track and trace solution should be compatible with all 100 application identifiers. As other speakers told, that there has to be a synchronization between departments to correctly implement track and trace. Rather, you should create a separate track and trace department, because information technology, that is IT department, design, packaging, quality assurance, production, and marketing, these all departments are involved, and they should work in sync to rightly implement track and trace. You should have your own redundancy diagram on one hand, Because tomorrow, if one system fails, you should have a redundancy diagram immediately over a period of time of couple of hours, you should be able to shift to some other system. Think of a day if your packaging line stops for a day or two, what will happen to your exports? So you will have to keep in mind redundancy diagrams. There are various redundancy plans and diagrams and theories available, but we'll have to select one, the right one for our company to implement track and trace. So today, after listening to supply chain, track and trace, let us take an oath today. All pharma companies and all vendors who are supplying equipments or those who are manufacturing medicines, let us take an oath today that no patient, like Mr. Ranesh Bajaj told, that no patient should suffer using counterfeit medicines of our country, and let us take an oath that nobody should dare to duplicate or counterfeit products which are being supplied from India. Thank you, and Jai Hind.